We were just over on Rumble. If you got any questions about how to actually do it, we're just sitting here talking while we do it. Kind of keep me from being alone. So keep my world there. We're going to be loading some CKB cast bullets. We just did a video on those. And we're just going to load them for some practice rounds. So he sent me a whole bunch of them. And I'm going to load them up for some practice rounds. So we're at 26.7 grains of powder, H110. And we're just loading them up like crazy. So, not a lot of people here yet, but yep, we're loading them a whole grain lower than last time. Just for safety and brass. Yes, I'm in Alaska, hence the name. I wouldn't call myself Alaskan Ballistics. I know some people do it, though. I get it. So, yeah, I'm in Alaska. Thanks for watching, Sin21. You hiding? No, I'm not hiding. I ran away from my divorce 12 years ago, 11 years ago, whatever that was now. 2013, 12 years ago. Now, where is that? There's the powder funnel. So, what's up, Dave? How's it going, brother? When are you going to send me a knife? A knife you make. If you send me a knife you make, I would skin every game animal for the rest of my life with that knife. As long as it's a good one. You're just reviewing them. What's up, Brittle Bob? Good to see you. Hope your wife's feeling better. Doing good, brother. How you doing? Good. I got a decent nap today, so I'm staying up a little late. Doing these powder charges here. We are just loading up some more of those CKB cast bullets for a practice round. So that way I just have some practice rounds to shoot. Just review them. That's right. I knew that. Yeah, let's see. We already got some trolls in the house. And put user in timeout. Yeah, let's give him 30 minutes. There we go. So, yeah, dementia is progressing. I'm sorry. Last night somebody broke into my apartment. They stole everything and replaced each item with an exact replica. That's a little weird, Matt. Hey, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they aren't really coming after you. Matt. Another troll. Probably shouldn't engage the trolls, but it's fun. It's fun to engage the trolls. So, chat filter, top message, all messages, show everything. There we go. All right. If you're hearing the beep in the background, that's my powder dispenser. Not a lot of show on YouTube what I'm doing. We were just over on Rumble and I showed what I was doing. So, that's that. It's on the bottom antler rack. That is a 7mm Remington Magnum, Remington 700 with the Hunt 26 chassis from MDT on it. How you doing, Cowboy 9622? Yeah. Sorry I haven't done these as much lately, but we're doing most of our live stream over on Rumble. Big back. Yeah, I got a big back. Fat. Yeah. Fun facts. Yeah, let's got some trolls in here. Send reinforcement. Yeah. Hey, that's just proof that I love my wife. If you don't get that, I'm not explaining it on YouTube. Hello, Family Clems. How are you? Alaska, go hard. Yep. My doctor gave me a prescription for sleeping pills. He told me to take 2 every time I wake up. Yeah. Proof you love her. I hope she loves you enough to not stress you, brother. Yeah, she does. Thanks. You're welcome, Family Clems. Pilot Overspeed. Interesting name. You a bush pilot here in Alaska? Corey, what's up? How you doing? We're just loading up some 44 Magnum. Cheers from Canada. How you doing, Jeremy 24? From the 51st state. Doing okay. Doing okay. Had a good nap this afternoon. So I'm up a little late. I'm just going to sit here and finish loading out these bullets here. Hello from Nigeria. Cool. So you're from Alaska or currently live there? Currently live there. I understand that friend moved to Wasilla a few years ago. He doesn't live that far from me. Oh, guns. I love guns and hunting, man. Cool, man. Well, then, you might love my channel. Doing good. Good. McRibs. Yeah. Yes, I like guns. If they're used safely. That's awesome. Yep. My address is Palmer, but I'm closer to Wasilla. But yeah. Yeah, for sure. I got a sub. Yep. What I do is I'm a pilot overspeed. I shoot every type of gun I can get a hold of next to a chronograph or over a chronograph, and then we'll shoot it into pork shoulders and water jugs or ballistics gel or some type of redneck science and pull the bullet. So Matt Torrance, you are a funny troll. You are a funny troll. There you go. Do you have an experience with 338 Federal, and what's your thoughts to it? I have shot one. I don't have a lot of experience with game. Here's my spill on that. Where the market is going, you're not going to be able to find a lot of ammo for it. So if you don't hand load, then it's not going to be a thing. By the way, how you doing, Sean Peters? Welcome to the channel. Appreciate it. And then anyway, but 8.6 Blackout is on the market right now. You can load supersonic bullets in it as long as they're all copper or heavily bonded, and for that extreme twist rate that they have. So I would look at that route and see if you can get the ballistics you want with like a 160. They make a 160 grain Barnes TTSX, so great hunting bullet. You know, you'd have 300 yards at least with velocity, hopefully. You can do what you want with that, and then you can go subsonic with all the subsonic loads out there and do that. So Sean, I would go 8.6 Blackout over 338 Federal, just because right now the cartridge and case support out there is there. So like I do a Rumble chat Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays usually, and that's when we'll talk about the guns that are back there. But yeah, we've got a 7 mag, we got a 6.5 284 Norma, and we got a 20-inch AR-15. I would call it a DMR type rifle. It's just a PSA, not that great. But the 7 mag is a Remington 700, and it is an MDT chassis and all that kind of stuff. So let's go guns. For scope mounts, I have cheap mounts. Any recommendations? Yeah, not cheap mounts. Guessing you hunt. Yes, that would be correct. Yeah, I like local backcountry bases and rings. They've always worked. Vortex Pro rings are good. Man, I have had, you can have a cheap rifle and a cheap scope. If you put good rings and bases on it, it'll stay on 0, even if you drop it. So there's that. How do you feel about Finalizing armory? I understand they have some problems now and then, but I've not they've worked well for me. So that's that. Opinion on the HK SL8. Unless you get there's a company called Tommy Built, and if they'll build it into a G36 for you, it's a good way to go. They will build it out into a G36 for you, so you can have a military replica, semi-auto. But other than that, I don't see a reason on getting the HK SL8 unless you live in a assault weapons banned state. So, how do you feel about the SIG P320? I don't like it. Never have. It feels good in the hand. I know the new 10 millimeter has some issues feeding longer hardcast, but that's that. PSA lowers are made by Arrow. Maybe. My Arrow precision lowers are a lot better metallurgy and finish and quality than the PSA ones I have. They still both work. All right, so. Hey, Kevin Collins, how are you? How you doing? Yeah, PSA is an Arrow, not even close. Nope. I mean, they both work. Hey, Thomas Moore from Canada, how you doing? Good. Eli Rose 101. I'm more into the Barrett 50 cal sniper rifle myself. Cool. Do you like Alaska? Yes, I do. Do you use shotguns, hunting rifles, all the above? I do some shotgun hunting for ducks, which I haven't done in a while since my dog passed. And then I do some stuff. Yeah, I mean, I have a SIG. I like it. I like the SIG's old double actions. And PSA, I have some good stuff made by then. But, like, I understand they're not perfect. No one is. And, like, I own several PSAs. I have a PSA as my main home defense weapon. But that doesn't mean it's perfect for everybody and it's running perfectly. Like, I need to get a flashlight on it, but it runs, you know. What power are your scopes? I like a 3 to 15. That's the bottom. The next one is a 3 to 9. The next one is a 4 to 12 there. Christopher Abernathy. I like them all. Desert Rat, Skull, and Antler Works. Joe, look up the manufacturer's list. Arrow makes PSA lowers. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Do you think hot loads for 45 Colt were bears like the HMSM bear load? First of all, HSM is not a hot load. The Buffalo Bore will work for bears. HSM will probably work for bears too. It's not a hot load comparatively. It's probably hotter than like the cowboy loads. It's probably hotter than like SIG personal defense loads. But yeah, 45 Colt will absolutely work for bear. If you look at the hottest Buffalo Bore, the 45 Colt is actually more powerful than the 44 Magnum. It will absolutely work for bear. What is a good scope for a 12 gauge shotgun break action? I would get a Leupold shotgun scope, man. Turkey hunting, that would be what I would do. I'd probably get like a PSA Prism, or not, Primary Arms Prism, not PSA. Sorry. Can't get Buffalo Bore where you are. Well, order it then. Well, Joe, I mean, most of them work, you know. Hi, you're sub in the Middle East. Hello, hi, how you doing? Yeah. German 24 Sweet as a Canadian, we had full access to large bore 7.62 as a soldier during the early 90s. Cool, old school lethal. Yep, what's up, Alaska? Bad, I read that wrong on the forum. Apparently I read it wrong. The PSA's AKs are a lot better than they used to be. You got to buy the GF4 or the GF5, but even the GF3 seems to be better than what they used to be. They all have a forged trunnion now and stuff like that. Again, when they first came out, they were horrible. Yeah, I know, I get it, but everybody has a growing room. Good work, brother. Thank you. Yeah, Canada's gun laws make it almost impossible to own anything. God bless America. Yeah, I don't understand why Canadians in the rural part of Canada don't want to join the United States. Absolutely. Like Saskatchewan, Alberta, y'all ought to be like beating it down. Yukon, y'all ought to be beating it down. It'd be nice to have a route within my country that I can actually drive. So, OG antler mount, nice. Thank you. I gotta fix the antler mount itself, but you know the secret German AK. I don't. Got any negligent discharge stories? No. My Rossi R92 can handle Ruger loads for 45 Colt. What load would you suggest? Can handle Ruger loads for 45 Colt. First of all, I wouldn't suggest putting him in a Rossi 92. That's a big assumption, and maybe they say that, but yeah, I have a Rossi 92 in my possession that somebody's loaning me for the channel, and as soon as I can figure out some good, find some good bullets for it, I'll buy some, but that's that. I've never had to shoot a person, and I hope I never will. Canada joins, Democrats will win every day. I doubt that. I doubt that. How are you doing, Ivy Raiden? Got a set of start calibers and some gauges that will explain why they're junk. The forging of the Chinese doesn't mean jack when they refuse to machine the box. Okay, cool. Good to know. Alaska, I'm reloading some 44 Magnum practice rounds right now. I just did a video on the bullets that I'm reloading, and now I'm loading up for practice. They're good bullets. They're CKB castbullets.com. So here they are. So that's what I'm loading. It's a 200 grain 44 Magnum bullet. So very light for 44 Magnum. Really good in the short barrels. So if you have that Kenai backpacker, it may not tumble on you. So there's that. Are you an automatic or revolver guy as a backup? If so, what model? Both. I generally carry 3 guns when I go on the road. Sometimes 4 because I carry a 22. I am definitely a revolver for close and a semi-auto if they're far. So if they're at 25, 30 yards, I'll drop in the semi-auto all day because I'm a better shot with it. But if they're on top of me or almost on top of me, or stop their charge and starting another fake charge, revolver. Yeah, 100% revolver there. So, are you trickling powder? Yeah, I have a Lyman Gen 6. The Wagner AK was built in the East in secrecy. Cool. On the top, I'm good, by the way. That's a PSA Anderson build AR-15. It works. It's had problems, but it works now. When you build your own, you fix your own problems. That's why when people hate on PSA, that's what I said. Well, if you're putting together, if you bought a rifle, yeah, go get it warranted. If you bought a parts kit, go figure out the problem with the parts and do it yourself. That one ended up being the Anderson lower was way out of spec, and I put an AccuWedge in there to keep them from jiggling apart too much, and that actually raised the upper up too much, where the bolt carrier group would go over a hump, and if it got real dirty, it wouldn't work. So, yeah. USD Paul, I think I answered this question for you in the actual video, but yes, CKB only makes hardcast bullets, and the coated ones, they're safe for Glocks, but don't shoot too many of them, number one, and number two, make sure they're not loaded really, really hot, because you have to hand load them. They're only projectiles. They're only for people to hand load. It wasn't secret. If Wagner 556 were made for export, please quit. Yeah, thank you. Go. Good morning. How's it going, Eric? Greetings from Amsterdam, Holland. How are you doing? I'm doing great, man. Alan made this beat. That thing looked nice. Do you make music beats? I write classical music, actually. I'm a redneck from Alaska, from Georgia originally. Redneck, guns galore, love football, love guns, love hunting, fishing, redneck, but I write classical music. I have a classical music channel. So Alan made this beat. Cool. I'll have to look you up. Go comment on one of my videos so I can look you up on your channel. Alan made this beat. What's your opinion on the 44-40 win? I just inherited a 1940 Dated Winchester. First of all, I've never shot one, and I've only seen ammo a few times. But if you've inherited one, go shoot it. It's probably fun. Like, yeah, it's probably, I mean, it's a 44 diameter with 40 grains of black powder. That's what all those dash means. Like 4570 was a 45 or .458 caliber with 70 grains of black powder. 45 120 or 45 110, 45 90, they all had that 50 110 is a 50 caliber bullet with 110 grains of black powder. That's how those were done. So it's a relatively powerful cartridge. Should be, out of a lever action, equal to a 44 handgun out of a handgun. Should be equal in power, approximately. Could be a little less, could be a little more. All right. I haven't looked up the ballistics on it that much, so my opinion is if you like it and you inherited it, keep it nice, shoot it a couple times, keep it nice. If you want to hunt with it. But I wouldn't hunt with it on a day it looks like it's going to rain, and I wouldn't hunt with it. Like, I keep it nice myself. I don't own any Safe Queens myself, but yeah, go find ammo for it and go have fun, and then oil it up really good and put it away. That's what I would do, Thomas Moore. I got a reloading shop in Texas. What's up, Robbie Rucker? That's cool. What's the gun on the top of the rack? That is a Anderson Lower PSA 20-inch gun. And yeah, I had some problems with it at first, especially when it got dirty. Figured out what I did. And the only reason why I haven't replaced the Anderson Lower is because darn thing shoots 3/4 of an inch. If I have good brass and I load 60 grain VMAX with 25 grains of benchmark, yeah, as long as all my brass is the same, it'll be good. What load on 44 are you working up? So I have these 200 grain. Joe fake name. I just did these a big video on these, loaded up really hot at their highest. I'm loading up 44 Magnum, and they are 200 grain CKB cast bullets. So it's a very hard cast bullet, just like it's even probably harder than the Buffalo Bore bullets, but it's a 200 grain, so it's definitely interesting. I have a Smith & Wesson 629 5-inch classic, and the 5-inch is just perfect for carrying around. And will it do a grizzly bear the wrong way? Absolutely, if you hit it the right way. Is it my first choice for grizzly bear? No, I prefer my Buffalo Bore 255 grains. That's what I use for. This is the Buffalo Bore 255 grain. I found that this does almost the same penetration as the Buffalo Bore 340 grain. So yeah, powder is H110 with 26.6 grains, 26.7 grains, excuse me. And then that's that. I'll show you something cool we did load up. We loaded up this. We did it over on the Rumble side because the Rumble chat. And this is a bullet from CW Longshot. If you look up his channel, he casted this for me a long time ago. So we're going to call this the Ballistic Crayon. What do you think? Ballistic Crayon, Tactical Crayon? Y'all think that's a good name for it? Focus on it, camera. So let me know what you think about that. We loaded up some of those. We'll do a video on them. So yeah, but we're doing that. Powder weight, 200 grain, H110. This is right now. I'm just loading up the rest of these CKBs for practice because they're not going to be my main bear defense cartridge. So I'm going to load them up for practice. And my old pastor's coming over this week to go shoot, and he likes hard cast bullets in 44. So I'm going to give them to him and say, hey, load them up for practice. Load them up a little bit less than the max. So they're at 27.7 grains for the video, and now I'm loading them at 26.7 grains. Just to back off the flash and the recoil a little bit. Have practice. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. That's why IB rating, that's why Canada needs to become the 51st state. Who was responsible for the attack on the USS Liberty? I believe that was Israel, if I'm not mistaken. 44 mag. I did number 9 loadout of the Lyman book. Like 18 plus grain. So don't quote me. Cool. I like AA number 9. That's a good powder. Very, very recoily and stout recoil in 10 millimeter. We can't even have handguns in Canada. That's because Canada's a communist country, buddy. What's up, Bam Moy? It's been a while. You haven't come on over to the Rumble side. Most of my chats are over on Rumble now, guys. So go look me up over on Rumble. Because YouTube's playing their games now. My grandpa had an old World War II British 44 Webley he brought back from the war. I have not fired an old classic like that. I respect the old classics, and I like the guys that like them, but yeah. That 4440 is a little smaller diameter. Okay, so it's like 0.427, fell like a 44 special. Okay. You strict a 44 guy, or do you load 38s? I do not load 38s, but I will load 357 mags. I haven't done it yet. This is my third load of 44 mags. I've hand loaded all the hunting rounds for those guns up there. It's 7 mag, 6.5 by 284 Norma, which actually took that moose that it's hanging on. It's a 44-inch moose with 4 brow tines on this side, making them legal. And then, big 1,200-pound animal. And I shot it with took it with my 6.5 by 284. I hand loaded those rounds. I hand loaded the 7 mag rounds that I use, which is 147 grain or 145 grain LRX and 127 grain LRX in the 6.5 by 284. Joe, fake name. You seem like the guy that would hate 6.5 Creedmoor too. Yeah, I like 6.5 Creedmoor, but I realize it's not all that. Like, it's been overhyped. Like, and while hunting, would I rather have a 308 with a 130 grain Barnes? Yes, I would. Out to 400 yards anyway. Yeah, Bill, I agree. I think Canadians need to read a history book and see what happens to a population that is disarmed by their government. Shooting this coming weekend, Kevin Collins? Yeah, it might be. All the bluing is gone in the 1892. We had a bit of pitting, minor pitting, but the bore and the rifling are in amazing shape. Good. What handguard is that? The rifle behind you? It is a cheap Chinese one that I ordered because I couldn't find any OD green ones at the time. Like, everybody was out of stock, and so I ordered that one, and it is a cheap. I had to file it to fit, but it works. It works well. It was designed well. It just was a little bit off spec. Could have been the PSA upper. Who knows? Yeah. Hit the floor quick. What's up, 2A community? What's up, hit the floor quick? I like that name. Same way the Winchester 3030 used to have black powder in the cartridge until they went to smokeless powder for it. Yep. What's up, Rob Tenring? Good to see you, buddy. If you haven't noticed, Rob Tenring, I'm not on here much. Our live chats have gone over to Rumble. I'm old, I feel like I am. I'm not launching Magnums. I'm loading up mouse farts. One thing I'm working on is 200 grain DWC over some HP 38, trying to get low recoil and lower velocity. There you go. MAGA. Yep. I like to punch 4-leaf clovers. I heard that. Looking for my second gun. My first was a Mossberg 598-1. Good choice. And do you think an AR-15 or a PCC would be better for home defense? AR-15, hands down. So a PCC, a lot of the 9mm bullets aren't able to take the extra speeds you get. 9mm hollow points, and so they won't penetrate as deep because they break apart too fast. Whereas an AR-15, young brats, you can put a VMAX in it if you want it to break apart real fast, but it'll still get rifle penetration before it does. I've shot deer with a 55 grain VMAX. 60 grain VMAX would be a little better. But if you wanted to do other bullets as well, there's soft points and stuff like that you could do for home defense that will most likely stay inside your target, or if they do go through, it'll stop in something behind their target because you've done that. So for home defense, AR-15, 100%. If you get the chance to test a whole bunch and get suppressors, then you go for an SBR type 300 blackout. Like, there's nothing wrong with a 300 blackout SBR. That would be ideal. That's what I kind of have. beside me most nights, but that's that. Industry. I have a Glock 29 in Gen 5. Cool. I know they just came out of that 10mm. Love that thing for bear country. I love my Glock 29 for bear country too. Yeah, it's often my backup. Although I just got a Glock 20 and that's probably going to be my backup this year. But yeah. I killed a bear with a 223 73 grain FTX. Cool. I actually have to test those loads soon. What time is it there? 11:05. G'day, mate. What's up, Gwen Perry? How you doing? Joe Mercado. It's good to see you. Again, I've seen you before. I love my model 722 Remington 300 Savage. Fast and accurate. There you go. 6.5 Creedmoor is okay. It's just 6.5 Swedish, but tweak a little bit. I like old stuff. I don't hate new stuff. The new stuff can be pretty neat. Big fan of the 30 Super Carry, for example. Oh, you're the first big fan of it I've met. I think it's a interesting concept. I really do. And I would much rather have a 30 Super Carry than have a 380, for example. But I do think that 380 is going to be around a lot longer and stuff like that. I've always enjoyed Plinkin 22. That being said, I'm not afraid of larger calibers. Yeah, there you go. I'm heading out to shoot this coming weekend. You're welcome to come shoot and have some fun. We'll see. I use 243 on fallow. Hey, that's not a bad choice. 243 with a good bullet will kill anything in North America and probably Australia as well. So, if you go AR-15, get frangibles, they are good, but really lowers the over-penetration weight. You like fishing? I love fishing. I'm an Alaskan. The thing about an A4 is I live in a townhouse. My neighbor is right next to me, and our walls are very thin. And that is why you get the AR-15, so that it breaks apart. Because if you get a handgun bullet that does stay together, it's going to go right over there. But you can get an AR-15 and get you some, bullets that break apart, and you'll be fine. Because the higher velocity will transfer a whole lot more energy. And yeah, you're just made the case for getting an AR-15, not for not getting an AR-15. Hey, a shotgun with birdshot, a heavy birdshot load is probably still what you need to have. Because if you drop 5 rounds into the guy from an AR-15 and shoot at other guys that are coming in and going out to their car, yeah, you're going to get arrested. But if you drop a guy with a 12-gauge shotgun with the heavy birdshot load, that's what to do. I'd look for a number 4 or 5 birdshot load for that 590A1. Then your AR-15 is more of your shit hits the fan gun. They're rioting in the streets. They're burning down buildings, that kind of thing. Your AR-15 is that. Joel McKinney, reminding us to hit that like button. Yep. Q Oregon. Oh, dude, I just got here and I heard guns and I had to stop in. There you go. Even with drywall. Yes, young brats. Everything is going to go through drywall. Handgun bullets, shotgun, birdshot, everything is going to go through multiple layers of drywall. Okay? You need to be accurate enough to put your bullet in the target. Okay? And you need to use a frangible round. It'll probably still go through drywall. So that's that. So, greetings from Texas. Q Oregon. Cool. You play the organ? At Scoper, I am just like God designed me. Let's see. They would lose a good amount of velocity. I'm not entirely sure they're completely fragment. Use an AR-15, 16 or 18-inch barrel. I mean, it's a little long for inside the house, but a 60 grain VMAX or a 55 grain VMAX. I wouldn't go lower because you're not going to get penetration. So let me tell you this, though. I forgot your name. Sorry. Young brats. Okay, let me tell you this. There has never been a court case where a civilian who fired in legitimate self-defense had a bullet go through somebody, hit somebody else, and they got sued. It's never happened. There is not a court case out there. Okay? We're a civilian. I think there's a court case where a police officer happened to them with an AR-15, as a matter of fact, that they, So I wouldn't worry about it. I say this on the channel all the time, and people don't believe me. Under penetration is a bigger problem than over penetration, because under penetration means he's got hit, but they're still going to fight. That's what under penetration means. Okay. Whereas over penetration, yes, you could hurt somebody else, but know your target, what's behind it. Don't fire if he's directly to that wall on your townhouse where the other people have their bedroom. Don't fire. If he's downstairs where he's outside, where the bullet's going to go outside into a car or into the dirt, then you fire. You know, like you got to know your target, what's behind it in that situation, even with your shotgun. Like if you're really afraid of that, I mean, you need to get one of those pepper ball guns, and then your house will smell like gas for like 2 weeks. Quimper, yeah, I'm Australia. I have an old style Galil and 5.56 223. I really want that Q organ. Like, I don't want a lot of older guns for collections, but I want a Galil for some reason. So, no 50 AE and self-defense, LOL. Yeah, probably not. Are you making food? No, I'm making ammo. But AR 15 bullets break apart. VMAX, 60 grain VMAX, 55 grain VMAX. Hornady has offerings for those. Several other companies make a VMAX. I would look at the Controlled Chaos from Lehigh Defense in Underwood. That's where my money would be. I actually looking for something that stays together because I don't live in a townhouse and I live in a place where I might have to fight wildlife just as much as I might have to fight a person. So, yeah. Joe Fake Name, I don't disagree with that. Yeah, speed defeats body armor. Speed defeats body armor in pistol armor and steel. It does not defeat necessarily level 4 ceramic stuff. And I've got the videos on the channel to prove it. Okay. It helps, but you still have to have bullet construction in that case. You still have to have that tungsten core, which is very hard for civilians to get. So you don't really have to worry about body armor. As far as like a VMAX versus like pistol rated body armor, it's still going to go right through. Absolutely. It's not microwave, it's my powder dispenser. Evening, what's up, Chris Heisman? What kind of wildlife have you shot? Moose, bear, multiple deer, grouse, ducks, caribou. I grew up in Georgia and hunted deer in Georgia and Mississippi, so. If you were in a pinch, which one would you pick up? BAR or an M60? Each rifle has 100 rounds. M60, 100%. Because for the weight, I'm going to get a better gun. Scoper, I'm cooking 44 Magnum. Some bullets will stop at drywall. It depends on velocity times weight. Again, our bullet construction, yeah, if it is frangible. But most of them are not going to stop on drywall. Every drywall test I've seen, bullets just go right through. You can get frangible rounds, but then they're not going to penetrate deep enough into a person's body because the more speed they have, the more they fragment, which means the less they penetrate. I've done the tests. So, no, that's my government last name. Oh, okay, got it. If talking frangible. I've never heard ammo sound like a microwave. Well, I'm reloading ammo. I have a device that is pouring the powder out for me to measure it. Good to know. Does anyone know if SIG's M400 rifles are good? They're decent. They're decent. Will you do a song reaction? I've got some song videos on my K-Ben Studio. I've got some song videos, music videos on the channel. Okay, I am a musician, so yeah. To be fair, cops are trigger itchy. Maybe. I'd be a little contrarian here at Alaska. If talking hypothetical, I think a pistol's caliber frangible would be better. As far as under penetration goes, it can be an issue, but not a huge issue. Huge FBI test showed even a 32. Yeah, even a 32 ACB can get there, but is it going to? I mean, your body's not made of ballistics shell. So, yeah, no. That's fine. I mean, he's not asking between a pistol and an AR-15. He's asking between a PCC and an AR-15. And you know, the truth is, like, know your target and what's behind it. And I mean, that's safety rule. My 2.5-year-old knows that safety rule. They know all the safety rules. Both my kids, 2.5 and 4.5 years old. So I mean, that's the main thing. Young brats. Keep forgetting your name. Young brats. That's the main thing you need to learn tonight. Whichever one you pick, you need to know your target and what's behind it. I mean, that's simple. Like, if you do that, then you can't do it. It won't matter either one. If sorry, I'm putting some more powder in the charger here. Yeah. And hey, you can be contrarian all you want, Joe Fickning. I don't mind. That's why we have a debate. Hit up Atlanta Firearms for Galil clones, but they're pretty pricey though. Yeah. Q Oregon, how pricey? I was gonna do one of those James River armories from Classic Firearms at some point. Speed does defeat level 4. Copper solids have done it, I believe, is around 3,700 feet per second. Real barrel roll. Joe Fake Name, I have proven on the channel that is not true. I have steel-tipped M80A1s not penetrating level 4 from a 300 Winchester Magnum, 130 grain, 28-inch barrel, reloader 17, a max charge from the Barnes manual. It's on the channel, Joe Fake Name. It does not defeat level 4, going 3782 with a hardened steel tip and a copper solid bullet. Now, it might be defeating in terms of backface deformation, but it's not going through it's not actually going through the body armor. Like, it's not happening. You might get rips in the back of it. You might get there's a couple of places that look like my fist punched through it, and that's how bad the backface deformation was. Look like it's softball, and that is a defeated armor. I give you that, okay? Because it only has to be 66 millimeters or something like that to be defeated armor. So yeah, I give that, but I have done it. I have shot level 4 with M80A1 or M55A1 steel tip, which are even harder than the M80 out of a 22-250. I've done all this on the channel. Speed does not defeat level 4 as far as pass through. I have shot level 4 with a 120 grain copper solid from a 7 mag going 3570. All right, like, and it didn't even have that bad of backface deformation. So, if I could say, like, speed does not defeat level 4, it helps, but you still have to have bullet construction. That's complete. I don't know where you got your information, but that's complete bull hockey, dude. I have not, hey, American Ranger, I have not owned a German Luger pistol. Young buy BCMAR. That's good advice. They're expensive, but for what you get, but it'll last you to life. That's good advice. What's the topic of the live? We talk about guns and hunting. Of course, these guns are real. I know PCC versus AR-15. I'm just discussing ballistics. I personally carry a 32, 380, or 45. I rotate depending on my clothing. Yep. Even though I know what's behind the target before I squeeze the trigger on my rifle. Okay. Favorite weapon. Favorite firearm. Do you load 10 millimeter? Yes. And what powder do you use? Blue dot. Where's that at? Blue dot. I got a whole bunch of blue dot here for somewhere. And yeah, I've used AA number 9 and blue dot. I'm much more happier with the blue dot. Trying to load my own 10 millimeter is expensive. I actually have these same bullets for 10 millimeter that I'm loading tonight for 44 Magnum. These are 180 grain hard cast from CKB cast bullets. go to CKB Cast Bullets and talk to Ken and tell him Chuck sent you. These are extremely cheap for a hard cast bullet, and they have been my bear protection. Like, I've carried that in the Alaska wilderness miles from my truck. I've carried that bullet for bear protection. Alan made the speech, so there you go. So yeah, I love 10 millimeter. What's your favorite German gun from World War II? Sturmgewehr. What gun is this on the top shelf? That is a PSA AR-15. Whiteout. Where are you from? If you look at the channel name, you'll know where I'm from. I'm originally from Georgia, though. James Rivers are kind of mediocre. You're better off having one built. I'll watch your video later on the level 4. Some guy pulled it off with some wild-ass 22-250 load. I have to dig it up. Yeah, I have a complete video on a whole bunch of 22-250 loads on a whole bunch of armor. It only goes through level 3 plus steel. And I'm going to be honest with you. If it was a 22-250 load, it was probably Buffman range. And he has a 22 Creedmoor, which is actually better than 20, more velocity in 22-250. And yeah, that's that. If I wore level 4 front and back, it would double my body mass. Well, don't be that skinny. Any geese in Anchorage yet? I don't know. What is the biggest animal you've shot? That moose right there. About 1,200 pounds. Could be mistaken. I will concede. Yeah, no, it's all good. MK Fashion Advisor. Hi, where are you from? Look at the channel name. You'll know where I'm from. Alaskan Militant. Thoughts on a Benelli M4? You can outrun them, so you need to be careful and make sure you tune it to your load. But other than that, yeah, a lot of the 3-gun guys say they outrun them. You're better off with the Beretta. But, you know, it depends on what you're doing with it. You know, if you're combat using it, it'll be a fine. But if you're 3-gun and you got light loads, and got that thing going fast, like you can outrun it on the trigger. You can pull the trigger faster than the bolt can go. So make sure of that. Haven't seen any geese on Lake Hood yet. There you go. Can you show us powder machine? Not on YouTube, but if you went over to my Rumble chat that I just did, you can go to Rumble chat, Kevin Schultz. I need everybody that's here to go over to my Rumble channel and subscribe. I'm going to head out, but I'll stick around to hear the answer. Do you use Discord? I don't got Rumble. The reason is I ask you if shotgun hunt. I'll send you some custom slugs once I get cased. I don't reload shotguns, but I would love to see some custom slugs. Cool. You have all this crazy Civrog remote. Cool. Palmer, near Palmer. Yeah, Buffman Range is awesome. And in fact, he helped me with my 22-250 video. He's a great guy. Can you tell me about the 300 Win Mag? Yes, I can. What would you like to know? I miss Alaska. Screw California. Come on back, buddy. How do you deli about? I've heard of him, Joe Fake Name. I haven't. I'm not as familiar with him as you are, I'm sure. I've heard the name. How's that? So, how's that? All right. I'll back this bullet seeder out a little bit. I don't know until I get the right bullet length. These need to be 1.67, 1.57, 1.571. That's where we're at. So that's where we'll be here. Alaska needs patriots. That's for sure. We have too many people moving up from California, especially if you work in the school district. Got the M4 for combat applications, not for 3-gun, but that is a good point. Run Hornady, double lock for bone hunt defense, and Bernini Black Magic Magnum for bears. Do you go to the Alaska Machine Club events? I do not. Hello, Gujar. How you doing? I do not. I wish I did, but I don't have a machine gun, so sorry, I'm getting this thing size. Yeah, it's a public event. You don't need to go. Cool. So no Discord use. No, you can get me on Instagram at The Real Alaskan Ballistics on Twitter X at AK Ballistics. Alaskan Ballistics YouTube on Gab and Truth. Is a 25-6 rifle good in hunting for deer, elk, and bear? Absolutely. Use the right bullet. We'll have Instagram. There you go. Can't confirm. Terminal sent. We'll do the number on caribou. Sweet, Chris. Hey, that means you were successful? Oh, you just emailed me today. Sweet. Congratulations. I went last year with my buddy who had done some full autos, and it was a blast. I'll spot you some ammo if you go this year. Yeah, Alaskan Militant, email me when it is. So, we might do a Rumble live stream from there. Okay, we're getting close here. Yeah, we're at 1.5954. $1.585. $1.577. $1.57. There we are. Just to double check, these are 1.57. Yeah, cool. All right. There we go. Working on my first as well. We speak. It's been a long day. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, if you're in Alaska, public service announcement, Alaska HB 89 is red flag laws. Please contact your reps and senators. Joe, it needs to be both 10 pounds of plates. Is that big a deal to you? Yeah. All right, bye, y'all. Joe Fake Name, thanks for joining. I appreciate all your opinions and things, and I appreciate, even when I disagree, appreciate it, buddy. Go. I got a bike to cruise. 70-degree mile. You Alaska guys got it rough. Actually, it's been pretty nice up here this winter. It's been 40 degrees half the time for the last month and a half. And sunshining. Yeah, AlaskaGunRights.org. Joel, thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that. How long before Russian ammo comes back? I don't know. Here's this up. Thanks, Joe Fake Name. I appreciate it, brother. Hey, you be as contrary as you want. I don't care. But yeah, go get Rumble because that's where most of the stuff is going. 40 is too cold for my pansy rear to ride a bicycle. I get it. When it's 40 and sun shining up here, though, it's nice. Russian ammo will likely never come back due to conflict between the U.S. and Russia. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that there. Likely never come back. Bring back the dang $3.99 for 20 Noriko 762 or 223. There you go. Yeah. Sorry, but the U.S. dollar has inflated past that now, Joe Fake Name. Freeman, the whole Tim Kenny situation, he basically said civilians shouldn't have plate carriers and shouldn't train like military law enforcement. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. For real now, it's 230. Bye. Cool. I'll look into Rumble later. There you go. 357 for bear defense. Not my first choice. 44 Magnum's better. 12 gauge and 4570 are even better. As a backup gun, absolutely 357 is not a bad idea. I'd much rather have 10 millimeter. Consider a Discord. I think I have Discord somewhere, but I'm only going to put it for my like Patreon members and stuff like that. Not because I'm all that on Patreon. I only make like $26 a month on Patreon, but Bad Element. What is a good cold weather gun oil lube? You know, I haven't had any problems with rim oil in the cold weather. I got $1. I bet you do, Joe Fake Name. Spend it on ammo. Have a good night, man. I've never had a problem with rim oil in the cold weather. I've had a Hornady with the problems with the Hornady. MP7 gets really sluggish, like the bore cleaner stuff. But yeah, I've not had problems with rim oil in cold weather. If you have, please tell me. I'd like to know. So. Use on Glocks too? Oh, yeah. Hit the like button. Everybody. Good night, everybody. Good night. Thanks, Joel, for the red flag law thing. So I'll make a short about it tomorrow. I got to read the email from Rick over at Alaska Gun Rights, but please do, bless you. Yep, please share it, Joel McKinney. When you see it, it'll be on the shorts feed probably tomorrow. Hey, David Lopez, quick question here. How you doing? Thanks for joining the chat. Because I know YouTube isn't going to share it. Good, man. Thank you. From Arizona. Cool. I've been to Arizona once. It's beautiful. So far as distance, you're confident making first shot impacts. Don't have any long range experience myself. 4 to 500 yards. What's up, Wally? How you doing? I made a first shot impact on a caribou at 4,000 feet. At 459 yards. 139 grain Barnes LRX factory load right through her heart. That was a good caribou hunt. I think with the scope and stuff I have, like, I could get used to making hits at 60 or 600, but only in no wind. If there was no wind and 600, I think I'd be there. Yeah. That's I thought it was a pretty good shot, but it's nothing you want to stand in front of for sure. What do you think about 28 Mauser? If you like it, get it. I'm one of those people. I don't hate any cartridge except 270 Winchester. It's like 30-06 for women. But no, 28 Mauser is fine. If you like it, get it. You know, you're going to buy a barrel in about 800 to 900 rounds, but barrels are, the target shooters, barrels are replaceable. So, who had a question? David Lopez, go ahead and ask your question, brother. So, yeah. I've also missed shots at smaller than that Alaska and Militant, so. Ever shot HK rifles? If so, are they worth surprise tag? Not really. I've not shot any of their AR-15s. I've shot an HK MP5. I've shot their what was that 45 they had in the 90s that had a single stack 45. They had in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, I've shot that. Not the 94, but I've done a lot of duck hunting. I haven't since my dog died. She was awesome. I love that dog. She was a little stiff-headed sometimes, but she was awesome. And I don't do a lot of duck hunting anymore. So. I have a Trijicon sent 1 to 4 LPVL and recently ordered a LaRue 20 MOA mount. How will that specific mount affect my sighting in my LPVO? You need to ask someone smarter than me. I go ask Precision Rifle Network on his channel. In general, all it does is so zeroing whatever distance you want to zero it at is going to be the same. Like, it's not going to do anything different. It is going to affect your drop a little bit at different ranges, especially if you're using the holdovers in the scope. I try to get everything flat for that reason. It's not going to be off by a lot, but I had a 20 MOA rail and a 270 Winchester, and it was actually where it was supposed to hit at 500 yards in the BDC reticle was it was hitting way higher, actually. So not saying that it's a great thing or it's a guaranteed thing, and I'm not the most knowledgeable about it, but that's what happened for me. Is having a dog necessary for duck hunting, or it just makes it easier? Makes it easier. Come from someone who doesn't have any dogs. What breed, if you don't mind saying? Labrador. She was a yellow lab. I got her in Mississippi with my first wife. And out of that deal, I got the bitch that was more faithful. I hope she isn't watching this. I hope she isn't up at like 2:30 in the morning going, what's on YouTube? Yeah. On her husband's phone. That would be funny. So, to answer your question, no, I don't play Angry Birds. What's your favorite action for hunting? Bolt action. Bolt action. I prefer accuracy. Only accurate rifles are interesting. I don't mind semi-auto if it's accurate. I like hunting with the semi-auto in Alaska in case I need quick follow-up shots on a bear charge. But yeah, thank you, man. You're welcome. I'm sorry I'm not the best one to answer that. I don't want to screw it up and tell you something. So, and we're gonna put that guy in timeout. All good. I appreciate that. The lever, I have a 450 Marlin. Love it. Oh, I love lever action, and for hunting the right spot, I'll probably actually bear bait station with my 4570 this year, Wally. Because I'm going to suppress it and use that Hornady Sub X bullet if it does good. So, will you be safe with a 10 millimeter in the woods? Yeah. I'd never comfortable. I'd still have a long gun. 10 millimeters of back. Handguns are all backup, dude. Even a 460 or 500 Smith weapon, all backup. Handguns are backup. Okay. Even though those cartridges can be as powerful as a rifle, you're more accurate with a rifle. Everybody is. If you're a really good handgun shot, you'll be even that much better with a rifle. So. How would a 450 Marlin do against grizzly? It'd be awesome. It would be awesome. Be better than a 4570. Use the right bullet. Good hard cast bullet. Or copper solid or extreme penetrator type round. But yeah. 450 Marlin would be awesome. You can't find the ammo around here. When you bear hunt, do you eat the meat? Black bear, yes. I reconsidered the whole thing after I heard Joe Rogan clip about worms that they can have in their fur and their organs and whatnot. Yeah. I mean, if you cook the meat, you eat the meat. The worms aren't there if you cook it, dude. I'll tell you what's worse, wild hogs in the lower 48. People eat them all the time. It's tapeworms that basically have invisible eggs and infest the bear. I bear hunt with my Beretta 950 and 25 ACP. Good luck, man. I've heard make sure it's not a garbage feeding bear. Yeah. That's all bears. They'll feed on garbage if they can. Yeah, one thing with a bear, you definitely want to wear gloves for feeding, for field dressing. Yeah, I don't worry about it, Alaskan militant. Wear gloves, you're fine. Wear good gutting gloves, you're fine. What's up, Inamatic Glitchin'? Another great channel. Y'all go subscribe to him. 20 MOA mount is more distance and or precision. What part of Arizona did you visit? Near Phoenix, when my uncle lived there. We went into the mountains north of Phoenix, near that lake. I forgot what lake it is once. Beautiful there. A 20 MOA mount is more distance and or precision. Yeah. So it puts 20 more minutes of angle that you get to play with. So your scope has so many minutes of angle, and then 20 MOA actually shifts the scope down in order to shift the rifle up. That's how it works. And it will give you more stuff to play. It'll give you more room to play with. That's all it is. So it gives you more room. In theory, it shouldn't affect your zero at all, but and could have been something else that affected my 270 thing there, but kind of is what it is, right? So got it. Thank you. You're welcome. Hope that's a good explanation. There are way better people out there than me to explain this. So. Ever done a wolf hunt or lynx? I have not. I saw a wolf while hunting this year. Couldn't get a shot off on him. A big black wolf. So. Had lynx tracks on my property in Big Lake last year. Yeah. I've actually seen a cougar up here. People tell me, "Oh no, you saw a lynx." So the thing was 3 times as big as my dog. Our lynx is 3 times as big as my dog. This thing is huge, colored like a cougar and everything. It had a long tail. Yeah, it was the park at Clark's Road and Rabbit Creek Road there in Anchorage, the hillside of Anchorage. I want to get a ranch so I can hunt horseback. Get all the wolves. There you go. Yeah. I thought about bringing my calling machine out because I know there's coyotes as big as wolves up there and wolves themselves. So, right beside my house here. That's a big cougar, LOL. Yeah. Not as big as the fat one that tried to pick me up in a bar once. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oops. That's back when I was in shape, too. A long time ago. Would you agree with the sentiment that Dall sheep hunts unguided is the most difficult hunt, or predator hunt be more challenging? Oh, no. Predator you can call in the right spot. Yeah, no, I would go with Dall sheep, yeah. Dall sheep, mountain goat, the hardest to hunt here in Alaska. And I did not draw my sheep tag. I didn't draw any tags. My power just went out. At least I can hang with you guys. All right, Cowboy 962, 9622. You can hang with us, but make sure you keep enough battery charge on your phone for emergencies, man. Yeah, we're just sitting here getting the last of these bullets seated. Just dropped the bullet, sorry. That's one of my life goals. After my father passed, I was showing a picture of him with false sheep. He got an almost full curl on the horns. Yeah, you got to not have almost full curl to be legal, as you know. It's got to be full curl. But yeah, unless you get any sheep. 93% bro, I'm good, and I got a crank box that'll charge it. Sweet. It's like a box that you actually crank, that you can hand turn, and it'll charge it. Wally, take care, man. Wish you luck. Thank you. Thanks for coming by the chat. Like I said, most of our chats are on Rumble. You won't see me much on YouTube, except for full-length videos and maybe a shorts here and there. All right, that's all 50 that I loaded up tonight. Yeah, it charges phones, has a light, and an AM/FM radio. Cool. I need one of those. Can you just get it off Amazon? All right. Here we are. We're going to take the seating die out. Yeah, thank you for the info. Good night. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Anytime. David Lopez, join us anytime. Like I said, we do Rumble chats Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday nights. Dad gave it to me about 10 years ago. That's cool. All right. I don't want to put too heavy of a crimp on here. It's just about perfect. Yep. Definitely. Yep. Something like bug dope discouraged when hunting because of the smell, like it might give you away to the animal. Yeah, I don't like to wear bug dope when I'm hunting, but there's sometimes where you have to. There's no. What happened there? Weird. That was weird. Yeah, had a bad experience. There you go. One thing you can do is make a lot of, take a vitamin B1 and B6. That'll help the bugs stay off of you. They'll still be around you, but they'll stay off of you. Makes you pee yellow, though. You know there's going to be a lot of mosquitoes this year. Yeah. I was in a naturopath medicine I went to one time. I don't know if it works, because I don't take it, because I should, though. Thermocells work. What I like about thermocells is if you're hunting, okay, thermocell, it's moving up heat and it can't smell. You can spray just a little bit of, estrus, the fake estrus stuff, because you can't use the real stuff in Alaska. You can spray just a little bit of that, and that's real estrus rising up. So it might get you really close to an animal. So just saying. I have a couple of these that just seem like they're harder to crimp than others. He's okay to in the gun. They fit. Okay, they fit in the gun, so it should be fine. Have you done permethrin scopes before? That's what my military uses, and my buddy who's in talks about how the bugs will literally go around you. Yeah, that chemical's dangerous though. You'd rather get mosquito bites than cancer. On your person? Gotcha. Yeah. Like ants not crawling on you if you're just laying on the ground. Well, yeah. I guarantee you a tracking dog will know where you're at. Have you ever taken a grizzly down? Yes. Yes. Check out the main videos on the channel. You'll see the grizzly skin in the background. It was a small one. It was while I was hunting grizzly, not actually on charge. He was reflex breathing, though. I had to put some handgun rounds in his head. Make him stop when I got up to him. I wish we had a big game like that down here. Yeah, me too. Grizzly fears the 10mm. Yeah. 44 Magnum's better. I don't care what Choop says. I carry both, though. Get a KKM barrel for your clock, though. Thoughts on the 460? I think I need to have multiple calibers that fits. Yeah, that's the good thing about it. It recoils like I've never had a handgun that chattered my teeth where I felt like I needed a football mouth guard. It recoils. It's fun. I mean, like I like it, but yeah, be able to shoot 45 Colt, 454 Casull, both of which are good bear defense calibers with the right ammo. So, like you can practice with like the 460 or the 500 by far because you can practice with it. that's a good caliber. What time is it here? 11:55, almost midnight here. So I'm gonna get out of here as soon as I'm done with these. I have no idea what this guy is doing. Well, guys and gals, I am almost done. It's weird. Some of mine are crimping real smooth and some are not. Bad on me. Yeah, I gotta get up early and go squatch on me. Good luck with that. I'll believe you if you find one. When you go to skin them out, you're gonna realize it's chook in a suit. Yeah, squatches don't exist. I don't care what anybody says. We don't have them on the North American continent. Hello, I meant you. Yeah, no, not me. I'm on spring break tomorrow. I got to get up and go to the chiropractor and get a massage. That's funny, though. All right, guys and gals. We're done with my last 44 Magnum here. And look out for Bigfoot. Be safe. Yeah, I will. Trust me. I'll be a believer when I see one. All right, guys. Godspeed. Take care. Have a good night, man. Love the stream and how you engage with your audience. See you next time. Yeah, come to the Rumble streams. The Rumble streams are Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday nights at 5:30 Alaskan time, 5:35 Alaskan time. Sometimes I try to get on there a little earlier. But yeah, the Rumble is where it's at. Because I can touch the guns, I can talk about them, I can go over them. I can go over gun deals, I can go over cool stuff on Rumble. So y'all take care and see you over there. I'm subbed on Rumble. Appreciate it, Alaska Militant. Take care. All right. God bless. Take care. We'll see you all at the range.